Hello, everybody,
Hello.
and welcome. I assume we are live. Yes, we're live.
Every
I, uh,
time. When I do
I,
the
I,
countdown, it means when I
I,
go to zero, it's gonna switch.
I know, but I get nervous, and you know me. You know me. I just,
Do we?
I just panic. I just panic.
Don't
Hello,
stop.
hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Homeward, the Nerd Asylum's actual play live stream of Starfinder that you can find on Twitch.
And
Which
in the
you
stars.
probably,
Where
yeah,
else would they find it?
in YouTube.
Somewhere
If
else on
you're
the
Really?
winner.
Really? Would they be able to find this in
in the
on
YouTube,
YouTube at later points in
yeah,
time,
yeah, a few days after this, I don't
along with
remember how many
other
days.
Nerd Asylum games?
Yeah, but that will be for later to drop the promos, because right now we have to pick right where we left. Last we left off. Um,
Stuck to my chair.
I just remembered the notes that I made for last where we left off.
oh god,
I have to find my notes.
you go and go for your notes. So last we left off, these four
I have this-
crewmates. These four crewmates of this ship that
Still
still
has no
don't,
name.
yeah, doesn't have a name yet. You guys haven't figured out the name yet, as of right now.
I mean, if I've got a full map of this ship in my
It's got
brain,
a name
would
somewhere.
I know the name?
You didn't ask for the name.
Yeah, but I downloaded the entire ship's.
Schematic.
This guy,
Map.
it's inscribed on the hull.
I got it.
Come on.
I got a freaking nat 20 with that shit.
It's
I
like
should
the
know
USS Enterprise. Are you kidding? Is it the USS Enterprise?
Not the Enterprise.
NCC. That's what it is.
Not the Enterprise. Yeah, of the for the moment unknown ship that you have encountered yourselves without memory, without guidance, and lost in space. You managed to guide some survivors, help out here and there. Could you guys wait up to the bridge and figure out that apparently the sun that you're more or less orbiting right now, it's slowly dying. This star is emitting necrotic energy, and you don't have much time before it ends its cycle, consuming you in the process. And unfortunately, there were some problems with the energy that was being supplied to the engine. So you make your way toward the engineering section, and on the way, you're notified by the other survivors at the bridge that there were some odd things being picked up. And once you enter into this place, you find out a strange, elegant but rotting and creepy figure absorbing the energy before it created shadows, which immediately the group was able to neutralize, along with keeping the shadowy beings that were trying to attack you, at least one of them very occupied attacking its fellow conjured beings, shadow beings. So now after that combat, and right now in a moment of silence, as the shadows that were being pushed away by Nulodius light are beginning to diminish, and these beings have completely disappeared. You find yourselves in the engineering room, silent, now that there's no creepy, screechy singing, nor the being that was absorbing the energy.
My sword is still glowing.
It should be.
The spell
Guys.
lasts for quite a while.
I
Yeah.
was using a sword last time. No, I was using my pistol. Okay.
Yeah, you use a pistol.
I had my knife drawn.
Yeah, you guys had
I
your
was
various
screaming.
weapons. Yeah, guessing
It
Kara
was weird.
just doing cicada noises to distract. But yeah, you have right now in front of you this large contraption of like the core itself encased in a thick glass. There's various metal rings helping containing the energy in it, and there's various consoles both in the level you are and in some bridges that go around it, where you can also could access more information if you wish. And you're seeing that the core itself, it's the massive ball of energy that is there. You see that now that there's nothing playing, absorbing, disrupting the energy, it's not as fluctuating, but there's still some it doesn't look at its flowing, that's the word, flowing as normal as you would assume it should.
Can I
Can I attempt to fix it?
run a diagnostic through one of the consoles to see what the actual issue is?
Roll computers, and Sky, you would have to roll a I think it's engineer. I don't think there's like a specific thing for spaceships.
Yes, I want
Roll a
to try to
spaceship
help
check.
fix it.
Roll a spaceship check.
Okay, yeah.
That's
So-
not a good roll for me, but it's still a 17.
17. Okay.
Engineering.
Yeah, it's gonna
let's
be engineering for you, and
use
someone
this
else trying to
blue
do
dice.
something. Okay, what you gonna do?
I want to
Theta?
try to help to fix it.
Okay. In that case,
'Cause I
Sky, you will add
Apparently have some knowledge.
Okay. Are you proficient with engineering?
Yeah.
Okay, then Sky, if you add to your roll whatever you had to add, and then you add a +4 because Kasinkara is helping you.
You sure you want me to add a +4 to that? Because it makes it a 31.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I rolled a 17. I have a +10. +4 is like 31.
Damn. Okay. You you go and to one of the panels on the sides of this, like to enter into the chamber where this the core is being it's been separated for the rest of the engineering section. You go into one of those consoles and begin checking the systems. You at first find that with that roll, I would say you do find that there's other engineering problems, not only the fluctuation of energy, but you're not completely sure how to.
Would it help if I mentioned that I am also trained in engineering?
You roll for computers, though.
I know, but like I would like at least recognize some of the issues, would I not?
Yeah, you would begin to recognize, like, oh, there are these problems, and you're not as lost as like.
Are you
You know.
trained? You're not trained in computers?
I am trained in computers. I rolled a 5. I have a +12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you pick like with the knowledge of engineering, you're picking like, okay, this problem means this. In the moment, you're not sure how to
Okay.
fix them,
I'm
but you're
fine
like
with that.
identifying them, and some of them like even were like, oh, this would be in this section of the ship.
Yeah, because
And-
I have the whole map.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Mac or Amos goes directly into what would be the main console of the core, and Kay, you go right along him.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Him, and the one taking the lead on this is definitely Amos, as you are like, first of all, checking where the levels are going, where things are not functioning, and you are more or less giving some instructions to Kay to help you out, balance out the energy fluctuating to the point that you begin seeing the energy flowing. Instead of just being this mass of energy being condensed into one place, it begins to look more like a spiral, more and more, to the point that the cylinder itself, the energy, it becomes like a current, a constant flow of energy moving up and down without stops. And with that, as you're checking on the computers, as you begin seeing some of the problems are slowly getting fixed. Some of the sections are recovering power. Some of the systems are also recovering, but still there's very, very big amount of damage, possibly from some of the damage seems from outside damage, maybe something impacting the ship, but there's a lot of internal damage, which you're not at the moment sure how.
Would
It's
I
happened.
be able to download the areas of damage into the map that I have?
Sure. With the same roll, you no need to extra roll.
Cool.
Yep, you identify them. And as you're doing that, I would say that at this moment you also pick up that in all the schematics, you're picking the same like name, which you begin to identify quickly as the name ship, the ship's name,
Hell yeah.
which would be the Dralark.
Oh yeah. There it is.
Dral,
Dralar?
Dral apostrophe arc.
Hell yeah. Starfinder has a fun quirk where if you are untrained in something, you straight up can't do it. And both computers and engineering fall into those categories for Nelodius, so he is holding the light.
Well, it's for a lot of the skills. The trained only ones are like that, but like anyone can make an athletics check.
I just want to just like I got it, guys. Oh, over here now. Okay.
Depending on the situation, we might skip some of those. Like I might be able to give you, but like if you're like, I want to make, like there's somebody injured, I want to make an operation to help to save this man's life. Do you know medicine? No. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know how to operate somebody to save a life.
I also have a +9 to engineering, so I'm not useless when it comes to that for a roll if I need to make one.
It's 9. Nice.
Yeah. Engineering and computers are my top skills. Plus 12s.
As you're doing that, and Nelodius, you're.
Oh, we were just our top skills. Mine's piloting, sleight of hand and stuff. Piloting is 14 for me.
Heck yeah.
As they're doing that, Nelodius, you begin hearing in a console of on the side. You begin hearing beep 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 beep. And
Sorry, go on.
when you like that noise picks your attention, and the other ones are kind of busy. And this beeping doesn't sound like an emergency. And when you look toward that console, you see that it's one of those consoles that have been used before to communicate across the ship.
I would like to walk over to it and poke a button, perhaps? Does it have buttons?
Yeah, it's like a tactile, like a screen overall. So you see in there, there's some like general information that at the moment you don't understand of what is showing. It might be giving information about the room, about people, about schedules. You're not sure. But among all those things, there's an icon that is blinking saying...
You've got mail.
You've got mail.
We're trying to contact you for your extended insurance.
I'm trying to contact you regarding your ship's extended warranty.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, we're trying to contact you about your spaceship's extended warranty.
Hi, I am a insert space prince here.
Yeah, you see it says comes to bridge, and that's the thing that is lighting up. And
Hello.
yes, hello. Are you all right?
Well, a bit shaken up, honestly. If I'm being particularly candorous, we came down here. I believe this is the core. The core, yes. And there were shadow monsters, but we've bested the creatures. How are you?
Fine. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. We're glad that you're right. We got some weird readings up here from the ridge that we're trying to pick up your position over there. And yeah, it seems that we're getting a bit of feel the damage here a bit more under control, but overall, yeah, I think we might be ready to go away from here. Just having hold on a moment, and you see that for a moment it stops. Actually, it doesn't stop because this person would not remember that to pause. So you would start hearing some of the conversation that is going on the bridge, and a lot of it like should we hurry? Should we already start the ship? And talk. And after some like a minute more or less of them just talking, and you pick that there's more people in the bridge now. And he returns. It looks like this the star is changing.
Oh,
Would I hear that?
Probably move.
What is your passive perception? There's no passive perception, right? In the
Would it just be like a 10 plus my perception bonus?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Then it's 16.
Yeah. You would hear that.
Okay, so if I hear the stars moving, I'm just going to drop where I'm at, go over, or the star's changing. If that star is changing, we go now.
I mean, I wouldn't be so hasty.
And
Is
no,
it changing for the better?
You guys aren't being quiet anymore. So with
No.
a 17,
I was
I
not
can
gonna.
hear them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
you-
not have been quiet about that.
Yeah, this space is also like there's nobody else a part of you, and though there's the humming of the core, there's some echo of conversation. So all of you would be picking.
Amos is like halfway in the court. It's like, did you just say the stars changing?
Yeah, it's becoming somewhat green, the dark green, slow. We're seeing spots in it.
No, if that's changing. That's bad news. I
think
know.
any star changing in any way is probably bad news. Perhaps we should move.
Yeah, the thing is we don't know how to move the ship.
Oh.
There's a one of them like Asinkara that says that he could, but he's just not very sure how. I think he can start moving the ship, but we might need to prepare. He says he needs to prepare something, but he's not sure what.
We
The
should hurry
wheel,
back
maybe?
to the ship or to the bridge then, because
Are you saying you have somebody up there who doesn't know how to fly the ship, but is claiming to know how to fly the ship? Because I can fly the ship.
Okay. Listen, you were trying to solve one thing. We're trying to solve all the things here. I appreciate your. Just come back here, okay? Just come back here.
So, I'm going to mark that down real quick.
As of now, as you're looking at the core, it seems stable enough, and that you have at least in this portion.
Oh yeah,
Solid
I
location.
would have definitely alerted Mac that from what I was reading on the computers that the main issue has been solved. There's more, but we can worry about that once we get away from the star.
So,
I can probably help pilot. Maybe.
co-pilot can always help.
I've done little ships. I've never done a big ship. I think.
It's like a little ship, but bigger and more unwielding.
Would you have the skill of piloting?
Yes.
Just the two of you?
No, S has it too.
Okay. Can you guys confirm it while I open the character sheet just to check?
Oh no, I don't have
is-
a high points in it. I just have it.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so who has?
The highest points in piloting is
It's just I'm
Mac.
trying to pick up here. Okay. If anybody wants to do a piloting check or
I'll
a
do it.
physical science check, and you're proficient with it, you can roll.
I'll do a
Just-
piloting check. Does anybody want to do the physical science check?
I don't have physical science, but I can roll piloting. Can I assist because I have it?
This is more of something that you're recalling in your
Okay.
mind. So it's kind of like a
So it's a personal thing. Cool.
Yeah.
I'll roll
Okay.
as well. Hey, that's better.
What's fun is I can pilot, but I can't sleight of hand because I'm untrained. They'll let me fly a ship without training.
I think
How hard
piloting
can it be?
How
Pil-
hard can it be? I'm just really good at it.
piloting is
Um,
not trained skill, so you could technically try. Okay, yeah, Theta.
I got a dirty 20.
Damn. Okay.
I've
Sky.
got over 20. I rolled an 18. My bonus is 14.
Cool. That's a lot. Not counting that. that's a lot. That's enough
It's
for
a
me.
lot.
S has got an 18 on piloting.
Total.
Yeah, 18 total. I
Okay.
only have a +4.
Okay. I will assume you guys begin to make your way toward the bridge.
32.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
32.
I'll lead them because I've got the map.
Okay, so S and K, you're thinking about like kind of how you would fly a ship out of this. And first thing is first, like you imagine that a star blowing up would be something that goes fast. Normal engines, unless there's something really fast out there in the galaxy that you don't know, which you might not because lack of memory, you're not going to outrun a star that way. You will have to use the drift engine. And as far as you know, that will be enough to help you escape, even get outside of the system. And Amos, you're thinking about the same thing. But what you get extra is that the drift engine will require some time to prepare for the jump. At least it will require a minute if you want to do like a quick blind jump. But it does require preparation, and it's the calculation of where you are going to go.
Sakurane, I would also like to notate, we're not just walking to the bridge. We're like
Yeah, I
almost
would be.
jogging, if not running,
Yeah.
to the bridge.
That's what I'm going to say. I was going to ask that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
this
is
guy,
Also,
panicking.
like as soon as Mac remembers that it's gonna take a minute for the drift engine, he's gonna
possibly a
like,
minute, possibly 10 minutes.
he's gonna hit the comm in his ear and say, "Start warming up the drift engine to the bridge."
Yeah. You hear the voice of Megan as he says, "Okay, we'll ask the bug to do it.
How
Start
rude.
doing it now.
I
Figure
don't
it
know how
out.
to pilot. We're doing that. God." So you guys are going fast,
Turn the
right?
ship.
Yes.
You're not trying to avoid or being sneaky to avoid the zombies.
We're just
No,
gonna
but
run past the zombies.
We're gonna run past
yeah,
zombies.
if I see
If
zombies,
you see, okay,
if I see zombies, I want to, with the map, try to course out a next, like, reroute GPS. Like, that's what I'm doing.
Recalculating.
Exactly.
looking for a new route.
Yeah.
Okay, then I
We're now
need.
back online.
Ooh, okay. S, do
Yes.
me a computers check, and the rest of you guys do an athletics check.
Ooh. All right.
This will be a group check to see if you guys avoid successfully the zombies.
Ooh. All right. Come on, Blue Die, don't let me down.
14.
Okay. That's not horrible.
14.
That's
Okay.
a 23.
23. Okay.
It's
24.
It's 11 on the die, which means it's a total of 10 for me.
Oh no.
Okay. 20. Okay. At some point, do you guys feel that these zombies might begin to catch you because they're also bolting behind you. So you're slowly gathering your small crowd. But overall, as a group check, you guys passed.
If they're chasing us through the hallways and we're getting a pack of them, I would like to shoot my pistol back at them as we're running. Can I do that?
Yeah, sure. Roll an attack.
Ryu, I need my dice.
Yeah.
17.
Man, this big orange dice is just not my friend tonight. I
Oh,
rolled it
no.
like 3 times
I gotta
for
remember
no
how to do
consequences. It's just been 2s and a 1.
You
Dirty
add
20.
dirty 20. Yeah. Roll damage. I assume you will take a couple of shots, right? It's not going to be
Yeah,
just
it's
one
not
time.
just one.
Okay. Yeah. Just
And that is 5 damage.
5. Yeah, it takes you. I'm gonna say that roll and the damage will be counted for like a couple of shots, so you'll be able to take down one or two, and injure a couple of more. But there's still you're getting a few of a crowd. And you're slowly get a bit ahead of them, but you can still hear they're moving behind.
I'd be aware of this as well, right?
Yeah.
All right. Comms to Megan, and I'd be like, there's a horde following us. We're on our way back. Perhaps have some people ready with ammo, guns.
Open the doors and be ready to close them real fast.
As you say that, there's no response for the moment. When you suddenly hear, and a door behind you, as you pass it, closes.
Oh yeah.
War plan, yeah!
This is Megan. Sorry for the lack of response. We're seeing if we could help you with closing some of the doors. We are slowly getting a bit more control of this ship, but we are still figuring out. Engines are being prepared.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There's also
Well-
more damage. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, we're picking that. It's just we are a bit worried about the big star
Yeah,
right now.
that is our first concern too.
Okay. So as you continue moving, you get to the point where you get to the elevators that help you move into the upper levels.
Mhm.
And at that point, you're not encountering more zombies. Fortunately, you guys passed that, so you didn't have to enter into combat itself. And Rich was good at rolling. Was good at dealing stuff. So
Yeah.
you continue making your way through the hallways, and at some points you even get across some hallways that have windows into the vast empty space. And if you will have time to watch and enjoy a bit of it, it would be nice, but you're in a hurry. You have a mission to do. So you eventually get to the elevators and move a bit forward, more forward into the bridge, move up again, forward, and take the last elevator that takes you right into the bridge. And it opens, and you see there's now some people in the different consoles, in the different, not desk, what would we call it?
Stations.
Stations, thank you. Stations, manning things. You see Megan along with one of these large dragon-like beings, just checking something in the main table, holographic table. And you see at the bridge, where the helm would be, you see a smaller in terms of size, bug-like person like Kasinkara, and it is trying to move things. Next to him, there's two seats in the helm. Next to him, to this bug, you see a lizard-like being, bulky, tall. You have seen some of them around, a bit crocodile-esque, but a bit thin in the neck and a bit in the arms, sitting in the seat next to him, and they're trying to move it, but they also seem to be arguing between themselves. Like it's weird because you hear them both talking the same language, with a bit of clicking from the part of the bug, but they're like trying to do something at the same time, confused on how to do it.
Mac is gonna go immediately over there with his hair probably now really messed up and just like move.
Oh, just move. You see this big crocodile person, this Vesk, that would be the race, just push the other one around to move out, and in response you hear the what was the name of them? The Shirin.
Sharon.
Thank you.
Were
The
they
young Shirin.
this language? Were they speaking Shirin, or were they speaking
No.
Vesk?
They were speaking Vesk.
Would I have understood that because I speak Vesk?
Same.
You would have understood. Okay. You basically both of you would have understood that, like the Shirin was saying, I know we have to calibrate this. We are getting them ready. We're just heating them up. I think this is how you do. This could be the thing. You have to calibrate first, right? But Do you know how to calibrate? No, I would be able to do it if you were not shouting next to me, but I am supposed to be here. There's like arguing of this is how we should do it. No, this is how we should do it. I know what I'm doing. Do you know really what you're doing? I know what I'm doing. That kind of thing.
And then I'd imagine that at that point, Mac is just like, move.
Yeah,
Move.
both of them are like, they just look at you like, not, and get up. Like, move.
Oh yeah,
at
you
least
see
next
this
time.
like 6'7" guy who looks like he's not had the best day. I'd move.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even wait for him to finish the word. I'd be like, yeah, dude, whatever.
Yeah, they
Take it, I don't care.
move. No, the Shurin is probably like a 5'4" feet, 5'3" feet. It's smaller than K also. And K at this, you're not certainly sure how, but you feel this one is younger than you. You're not even sure how young you are, but you're like, this is a young one. Amos,
Ah,
you you sit down in the actual pilot seat, the actual helm seat, and you see that they were indeed getting some of the engines ready. There was some progress done. It's just that not fully sure how to do the whole process. So this is the option that you have. Either in Starfinder, there's the rule of taking 10 or taking 20, which means that you automatically take the result as you have rolled that number. But with taking 10, it takes commonly double the amount of time that it would take normally to do the action. And in taking 20, it's like constantly like trial and error, which probably you won't have time.
no.
So would you go for the take 10 and probably take 15-20 minutes to calibrate this ready to make a safe jump, or are you rolling for it to get this thing fast and out?
Quick question to help in the decision. Since I succeeded on knowing about the star explosion earlier and what it does, would I be able to make another check if I don't already have sufficient knowledge to help see if we have time to do the jump safely?
You recall what is happening to the star because of tales, not because of like scientific knowledge. So to figure out how much time you have would be either physical science, or would be mysticism.
I have neither of those.
So,
we would
well
roll.
then, fine. Yeah, we're good. Okay. If I had like, it was like
Yeah,
this,
you-
and then immediately,
It gives you the idea of more or less the stories that it might
Yeah.
be getting closer.
yeah, totally.
The
I know that I had like a
endpoint,
vague timeline. I
but-
was just seeing if I could do any sort of thing to help
You
here.
don't know if this timeline it's like in terms of minutes, terms of hours, terms of days, seconds. Who knows?
Yeah. We had maybe days when I did that check. So, and that was like a big maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
So I was just trying to see if I could help.
So
Sorry.
I can take 20 and do this check in like 15 minutes.
If you take 20, it would be like trial and error. It would take even more time. Like
It would
you
take
would be
like
taking
half
like
an hour.
more. It would be an hour if you like making sure that you're making the right jump, and it will be completely sure. You can take 10, will take you like 15-20 minutes, and will be a more sure roll. You have like 20 something, I think, as a result directly, or you roll for it and see how it goes.
Okay, so I know no matter what, I can't roll lower than 14.
Actually, for the roll on this, I'll tell you the DC. The DC would be for this blind jump. You're not trying to get somewhere on that you know.
Mm-hmm.
To do it without issues, it would be 25. to do it successfully without issues.
I have to roll an 11.
If it is if it is between 10 and 25, there probably something happened with the ship, but you still be out of immediate danger. Under 10, things will get very complicated.
I would have to roll an 11 or higher on the dice.
I have faith in you.
Can I?
I have faith in you.
Odds are good.
Okay, if you're gonna help, you go and sit on the navigator seat, and you will add +4 to your roll, Amos Mac.
That's even better now. Now it's 7. Okay. Let's do this.
Roll higher than a 7. You can do it.
I gotta roll higher than a 7.
Ice gods are blessing us today. We're manifesting it.
16.
Yeah.
Plus whatever.
Plus 14. We did it.
Oh, I think it meant
It's
16
16
total.
plus
I was like,
14.
oh.
Yeah, no, I knew what you meant.
It's 30.
I was
We're
already
good.
like, I need to look for the table of the damage.
Yeah.
It's 30. We're good.
Okay. You guys begin, Amos, you begin sending energy toward the drift toward the drift engines. Supply engines, you only get them enough so you can properly move out of the way before, because you were kind of like still pointing at kind of the edge of the star. You
Ship a little bit.
yeah, you shuffle it a little bit more and begin having to fiddle a bit with the energy as you realize there's enough energy for the engines and the drift engine, but there's some systems you'll have to drop. Shields are not active, so you move that energy away. And Kay, you begin more or less with the available sensors that also seem to be damaged, calculate a route to somewhere near and close. And that doesn't take that long to calculate. You begin to do it, and as you're guys doing that, you hear from around the bridge, the star is destabilizing a bit more. Eyes.
Yeah, stars do that.
Eyes
Sorry, I was taking a
are on
drink.
you. Eyes are on you, Kay and Amos, as you're preparing that. You manage with that roll to get it on this below those 10 minutes, and the ship begins to shake a bit, and in front of you, out into the window, a light emerge and forms this kind of like, I would say like a wormhole, a dark purple wormhole that suddenly opens, and in an instant you see how the wormhole becomes big as you are launched at incredible speed inside of it. You see inside this like a flow of energy, things moving at a speed that you can't process how, like what it is, just moving quickly before you exit out, as it seems like you broke through this wall of dark purple energy. And in front of you, there's empty space.
Good show. My compliments to the pilot.
Thank you. Everybody
Whatever
alive?
surface is closest, S is just like leaning on, like heavy, like breathing. Like he doesn't have to breathe, but he does so anyway. And
For
it's just,
dramatic
like,
effect.
Like I mean, he hides his fact. He doesn't need to. He very
Even
much.
Mac is heavy breathing. It's
Yeah,
like that was
he's
a
like-
lot.
Right. We're good, right? We're not dead. The star didn't consume us.
You hear
You know, I'm not sure yet.
you hear something hitting the floor behind you.
I'm gonna
Who
look.
just passed out?
You see one of the officers in the bridge that, for the purposes of us players and humans of the real world, the best way to describe it, it's a 4 foot tall otter-esque individual in uniform laying in the ground unconscious
If
from
Mac dies, that's exactly what I want to be next.
Nice.
you see one of the other officers helps it get up and kind of give it some air, you know. But everybody's
Officer?
just very impressed.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
So,
officer, yeah.
not to be a pill, I'm sorry, but where are we now?
We are not blown up.
I was
Correct.
gonna go with not dead, but that works too.
Sure, no, and that's great. Don't get me wrong, I do appreciate that. I feel.
I'm sorry
Oh,
to
go-
interrupt. Secretary,
no, go
would
ahead.
I know like a name of a sector that we have transported to based on my calculations?
You did calculations on what the sensors were picking, but in the moment with your friends, you were like, okay, I will look for a star chart to guide us. There was none. There was corrupted data of charts that were far from where you are.
Okay.
And like what you could pick is you threw the ship at the closest, most viable system with whatever the energy that the ship was able to. And the reason why it seemed abrupt, the exit, this is something both Amos and Kay would know after doing that, is because energy was still fluctuating and it just gave you enough to exit, and you'll be now some days in your normal supply engines from the edge of the next system. But
All right.
We're not going anywhere anytime soon.
I'm about to ask a really like far shot kind of question here.
Mhm.
And this is like a far shot if I had all of my memories. I know that we're still dealing with the amnesia, but there is like we can see the starscape from the bridge.
Mm.
Because I've traveled in my past,
Mhm.
on a
So have
off
I.
chance that I've seen a constellation, would I maybe know where we're at?
Same would go for Mac, actually.
This is like a super long shot.
Yeah, way out there.
Yeah, like I will take like, you know,
Two spacefarers. What
Yeah.
do you want for this?
Will you get untangled from my headset cord?
I will take that it is a super high DC. I'm fine with that. I just had to ask.
you'll have
Fancy
to
tuxedo
roll.
cat.
Oh, it's chubby too.
You're so fancy. Wearing a suit.
There's I'm thinking of astrology, but that's for Star Wars: Edge of the Empire.
That's another game that I want to play.
Pilot, navigate. I'm not sure which skill would it be.
I would say piloting makes sense. Culture, because of the way that stars and
You
like,
know,
the
give me
constellations-
either culture or physical science.
Right.
If you guys have
I've got
that.
culture. I'm going straight for that.
I guess piloting would be, yeah, either
I have
culture.
culture.
Yeah, it would be either culture, physical science, or piloting.
I'm gonna go with piloting then.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
no.
I don't
That
know.
Dice is not.
I have a feeling that
a
I'm
dice.
just.
How
I don't know
much you
what that
rolled?
number is. I'm just gonna roll the dice.
I have a feeling that I'm just barely missing what I need. I rolled a 28. And I have a feeling like the DC is like 30 something. But that's just me.
32. I got an 18 again. I'm
Yeah.
just gonna put the little red
S-
dice off to the side.
As you don't recognize the stars, you probably would also require more detailed equipment rather than just your eyes.
Totally understand that.
Mac, while you were piloting and setting course, you were also seeing some of the charts and information that Kay was sending to you. You have no idea what are the constellations in this area. You don't recognize any of those.
Yeah, I
S-
got no clue where we are.
S will turn to Null. What figuring out where we are is important. But the ship still has damages. A lot of external damages. Well, not a lot, but I've seen them. I've got them. We have to deal with that before we can really figure out where we can go, what's going on.
Certainly. My concern is only that with the star issue, that is a very unifying problem, right? And I'm concerned with no clear leadership hierarchy that we will, as a crew, become a bit disorganized. And I'm not quite sure what the answer to that problem is, but that would be my concern, and knowing very little about who I am and what I can do, and also about the ship we're on, I'm a bit ill at ease, if you will.
I understand.
Well, we could put Pinky here in charge. They seem really smart.
I
Point at S.
S is like,
I'm really only good at like 3 things. You shouldn't be good at a lot more.
I don't do well with attention.
You'd have my vote.
What about
Please.
you, other bug?
Please no.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
I don't make a good leader. I don't think.
No, do you vote for the pink one? Not me, but the other one.
Sure.
So that's 3.
Well,
The best
Congratulations, you're now the party leader.
The best leaders
I was
are
not
the ones
built
who
for
don't
this.
want to be.
I was not built for this.
No, it's bad as
Well-
I'm built to be a face. I just don't want to be a face.
It's a beautiful. I am not built to be a face. It's like anytime we're gonna be going to places where it's like, okay, please help me.
Like I've got a
Gonna be
13
hiding behind the
no,
rest of the party. It's like, okay, what am I saying?
I've got a 13 to bluff, a 16 to diplomacy, and a 12 to intimidate.
I'm a 4 to intimidate.
I theoretically
I'm
should
stealthy.
be the face. I just don't want to be the face because I can't think that fast.
Totally,
I am-
totally understandable.
I'm hilariously stealthy, despite Mac being
Mac?
Mac. I have an 11 to stealth,
Yeah,
and yet you can pick Mac out of any room he's in.
amazing. You just don't draw the attention to yourself, even though you should.
Definitely he should, but he just doesn't.
Yeah. S is just panicking internally.
Oh, you hear
Fine, Joe.
the big, like dragon-like individual. Also has the same kind of armor that you have seen, like Megan has, that silvery with blue, not silver with gold and reds. Speak out. Well, glad that you have a figure who is the leader of your group, but we have a ship here with
It's the
lots of
Dralark.
people. Yeah.
Where's the
Dralark.
lady we've been talking to?
He,
Maya?
he looks toward Megan.
Megan, that's her name.
His
I believe
You're
that's
not-
a
Mac
male.
hasn't been fucking paying attention.
You're not sure if it's it might be at them. Like you see them,
Yeah.
they're bald. They don't have a lot of hair. The features are very like elf-like in the sense that you don't pick one or the other. Has long ears, has a bit of a pale skin, and physically speaking, because of the uniform they're carrying, you don't know. You don't know. It's just like
All right.
to be fair, I don't know what's it doesn't matter. The thing is, I guess we could like divide ourselves in groups, right? Like we don't. Surely there's a captain, right?
Well,
If
until
they're
we
not
find
dead.
such captain.
That was going to be.
That is true. They could be dead, but until then, you seem pretty competent.
Could be that was going to be my next point. I think if we have established that we are out of immediate danger and that the repairs to the ship can happen at a more leisurely pace, perhaps it might behoove us if we all sort of try to figure out who we are, and if any of us have any notes about what happened immediately previous to this. Perhaps someone unleashed a horror from an ancient artifact, just to rate a random, non-specific example. Perhaps if we put together some sort of shift system where some people can man the steering of the ship and some people can be working on fixing it, and some people go and try to figure out pardon my language, what the hell is going on.
I've said worse stuff in the last 20 minutes, and that also seemed like a really specific, non-specific example.
The
We would
dragon
have
creature just breaks up for a moment. Seems like a good idea.
Saccharine. We would have like just small miscellaneous items on us, so like I could potentially have a key card to my room on the ship, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a room.
I didn't originally.
I don't know where my room is, but I have one.
I like.
See, I know about my character. I don't have.
Yeah. S would pull out his key card. I can lead people to rooms. I'm pretty sure with the map.
Does the key card say what room we belong to, or is it just like a blank key card like you get at a hotel?
I mean, I could always try hacking into the key card.
Mac will even like
I'm
pat down his pockets.
Yeah.
No, it would to facilitate navigation in case you are like a bit like, it would make sense if you already knew the ship and it's like, okay, this is my room, but for first time you're in the ship and they give you this, like this is the number and you can guide yourself like to this. So it would definitely say like where it would have a number. Okay. And in your mind, as you can minimap your way into there.
So anyone who wants to go check
a room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull
as
out my
Mac
card.
sees everybody pulling out their key cards, he's gonna pat down his pockets and pull out no key card.
Go.
No, I have in my head, and correct me if I'm wrong, Saccharine, but would Kay have two, one for her office and one for her actual room?
I think that will be the case for Kay. And thank you for making note on that. As you guys are checking, Mac, you do not find one for you, which is odd. You're not sure if what happened to it. Yes, you have one indeed. And Nelodius, you find that the one you have actually. The one you have looks different from the ones S and K have. It looks more closer to the one that K would have for the office. You don't know it's her office, but it looks a bit more elaborate. Mm-hmm. And you have a second one too, looking just as equally elaborate. Also, the second one you have looks like have a color indication and a symbol a symbol that now that you are looking at it, recognize it from on your code too. You have like a pin, and have seen a couple of other individuals having that same pin, and it would if it could be, the best way to describe it is like the symbol of an atom, if you could make it look magical.
I got you.
Yeah, instead of lines, it would look like magical flows. It would have
okay.
that.
Yeah, now I see it. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, half of it it's has that design, and the other half with a very clear, elegant line, not making the to make a division. The other half does look like a normal design of an atom. So,
I'm gonna have to draw that. That's a fascinating visual. Anyone else have sort of a indication of a department, perhaps? A rank, maybe? Some sort of occupational hazard?
Would I?
I'm gonna check my pockets again. Sakrine, do I find anything other than my weapons on me?
you're checking Actually, I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start with you. You're checking like your pockets and everything you're not finding until you pat yourself in more down your boot, and you feel something around your ankle, something like
It's an ankle tracker.
I was thinking it's Amazon house arrest.
when you move a bit your pants, you just see there's like this like a shackle thing, and there's like beep beep. There's no making sound. There's just a slight beeping light in it. Meanwhile, Kay, you do have a symbol in it too, in your jacket, a bit damaged by the attacks before, and you see that this symbol. What would be the description for this symbol? I'll have to get back to you on that symbol. I'm not sure how to describe it in the moment. I'm not going to delve too much into it. But you have like a division insignia on you.
Okay. So yes. I don't know what it means, but yes.
Would a beeping ankle thing count as a symbol?
In some circles.
That's what I've got going on.
Okay. A question for S, probably, if you have the map here. Do you know if this is a research vessel, a military vessel, a transportation vessel, a merchant ship of some kind?
Going through my internal database, what would I have?
You do have the map, so you could have access to what sections and division like areas are in the ship.
And the fact that like I've been like running diags on everything that I get my hands on. So like I have an idea of what this is. And player thinks that it's a mix of a transport and research. Yeah. Thank you. Words.
Yeah.
You're going through, and I'm not going to tell you what it's going to be. Your hypothesis. It's going to tell you what things and sections you find. Like you already saw the engineering section. Near the engineering section, you also saw a what was in the map called R&D, research and development section. You also saw a section called Science and Arcane Division. You saw also that there's the large habitational area. Definitely this ship seems to house a lot of people, both for the size of it, because now you have the schematics and you can see like the distance and everything. You gather that it's a large ship. I don't have the number right now at hand of how large in terms of feet or meters are, but I'll give that later.
Right.
And you also gather there's hangar. There's definitely a section for defense, like control batteries and those kind of things. You see a dedicated place for an observation deck, observation and research deck, which is tied to the science and arcane division. And what is the? Would it be greenhouse, a place where you can like grow plants for consuming?
Yep.
You see
Yeah.
a greenhouse along with a botanist section of separated from the rest of the science. So just so they can study better in terms of plants and those things. You also see, along with that, the connection between research and development into manufacturing, and also cargo elevators that lead toward the hangar base. So overall, this ship seems to be complemented heavily for the various tasks. The
So-
size.
Okay. I think I've got an idea that I would explain. It seems like, from what I'm like, I would imagine you guys just see as kind of like 1,000-yard stairs, eyes moving back rapidly, as he's pulling up the HUD on his glasses, just looking through different informations. We are the Drawlark seems to be a sort of pioneer type ship. We've got we could be just out here manufacturing. It could be a moving city out of its own, but we have areas for research and development, manufacturing, defenses, a large living space for where we are. We could, the Drawlark has a lot. We could be our own,
Like a colony?
a small colony, a small station. We have a hangar. We can accept other ships.
As you also gathering from the map that the size of the ship from its length, it's 8,200 feet.
8,200 feet. Cool. I would
Wow.
totally share that.
That is more than a mile long.
We
Our
own a
ship's
big boy.
cool.
So that first, and far be it from me to try to assume anyone else doesn't have these ideas, and feel free to stop me. But my inclination would be to try and make sure that we can secure the non-combatants in a place where they will be safe, while we can take a sort of census of who is alive and who is alive again, right? With the size of the living quarters, it sounds like perhaps there could be children on board, and that is concerning to me.
There are children on board. I saved one.
Good. Complicated, but good.
Mac will just like raise his hand.
Yes.
With a ship like this, would there be a record of who's here and who's not here, right?
That's what I was hoping so.
I think I tried to access that before. I would need bridge
Well-
access, and we're in the bridge now.
One of the bridge crewmates raises a hand. The one that way back at the beginning, Kay saved, that was this dark-skinned
Maybe we can
Lashunta.
find out more about ourselves too.
He raises his hand. We try to check the records, but apparently the damage that the ship suffered too was affected the memory banks and records in it. We're trying to figure that out to also know who we are. Oh, but by the way, Officer Bahibel.
Good to meet you.
Bahibel?
Vohivel. I assume it's Bahibel. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I just that helps. I'm just, again, NPCs.
That weirdly brings me to my next point, and that is, I think we should try and send some resources, put some people on looking through any sort of records or databases in the various researchers' facilities to see if anyone brought us here intentionally. If perhaps you said arcane and science, that's definitely that star definitely had an arcane je ne sais quoi about it. And I'm
What?
just vibe. But
That I got.
perhaps someone brought us there intentionally, maliciously or otherwise. And if we can find out what that intention was, or what we know about it or knew about it, maybe we can sort of retrace our steps. Does that sound reasonable?
Most of the
Yeah.
rich crew nods. The ones that are not nodding are more like confused still confused over the overall situation, but doesn't seem to be that they're not agreeing because they disagree. More like, sure.
You guys have a better plan?
Kinson Kara, what were you?
Hold on, I have to move this cat.
Oh,
Baby.
oh, baby. Hi. Wow.
Mac is just getting up and the people who didn't immediately agree with Anne.
Okay. So, my concern is, do we have like some kind of help beacon? And is it on? Because if it is, maybe we should turn it off for now until we get ourselves figured out. Because if strangers come in, that's inviting more trouble. And I don't know. I don't remember if I've been on a ship like this before, but
And
I
I've got
know.
a feeling I don't like strangers. I'm gonna look for that BP beacon thing that you're talking about.
Roll computers.
Roll
Question for
thing.
player. With the map, would I know of like a sort of like security detail area where, you know, there may be a holding area for prisoners?
Yeah. There is a section for armory, and there's a section designated for training, and
Okay.
overall, like all related to, you know, security, internal and external defense of the ship.
I'm just going to make notes.
That there may
okay.
or may not be a brig on this ship.
There's
Yeah.
definitely a break. There's definitely a break in the ship.
There's a brig
Cool.
on every ship. Player
Yes.
question, because this is where Kinsankara was kind of going with this.
Mhm.
Because I don't know that much about Starfinder. Is space piracy a thing? In
Player
this
knowledge. Player knowledge. I'm doing some adjustments in terms of how the drift engine works, but in theory, the drift engine moving around the main core system where everything takes place, it takes you days to move around. So it would be more of a kind of similar to traversing waters. And in that scenarios and those things, player knowledge, there's pirates, there are
Okay.
corsairs, and there's interplanar pirates. So
Okay. That helps.
Interplay.
Okay. So with what Kinsankara was going with was that strangers might try to hurt us.
good. You don't know.
That was why Mac was like, got a feeling like I don't particularly trust strangers.
Yeah, so if we have some kind of beacon, maybe we should turn it off until we get ourselves figured out.
Yeah,
And then once we
that was
do,
a
we
nat
can turn it
20
back
for that,
on.
by the way.
Okay. I was gonna call you Mako, but no, it's Mac.
Macro.
Mako.
Mako.
It's the macro.
Between Amos and Mac, I was just kind of mixing up. Amos, you go and first you go to the helm. That is the one you know the most right now at the moment, and don't find anything. And you begin like checking other computers, and in the communication section, where there's still this officer, a human officer, giving some air to this other other officer that dropped. You get to the communication section and fiddle with it, and do find the beacon. With that nat 20, I'm gonna say you figure that right now it's deactivated, and it was activated for some time before, because of the power surges and moving on. It got deactivated some some hours ago. It got deactivated, so right now you're not transmitting your position,
It's
but you were
on.
at some point.
It's off in that hospital for a couple hours. It was on before, but the futzing in the energy core must have fiddled with it too much.
Oh, well, then we should be fine, because if it's been off for some time, we did just do that jump.
Okay. That was my concern. So continue with your conversation.
Even 18 intelligence and just go with, yeah, the futzing around just fiddled with it too much.
I have a 20 in charisma and I'm not role playing that well at all.
I have a 6.
I mean, you guys are recovering your memories. You're amnesiac. There's-
Yeah.
How you would know?
How are they gonna know?
Because
How
I'm
are they
not
gonna know?
They're never gonna know.
because real life Theta rolled real low on constitution or on charisma a long time ago. It's a score that just decreases as you get older.
No idea.
You have a good charisma. You have a good charisma score. Either way. So
I'm just
what you
gonna
guys-
I'm gonna act as GPS for people who want to get places.
Yeah, I would like to go find where these two keys go. And if one of them is my room, I would like to change into clothes that are not burnt.
I like to figure out what the BP thing on my ankle is.
If possible, I would like to accompany Kinsankara if we could go on a room hunt to try to
But-
figure out where our keys go.
The BP thing on my ankle seems like a minor thing compared to the room finding, so I'll figure it out on the way. So I'll provide backup to the two to Kinsakara and Delirious.
Also, when you were looking at it, you find that it is somewhat damaged.
The
And-
beacon
No,
The thing
or
on
my
your
BP
ankle.
ankle thing.
the beeping ankle thingy. It's kind of damaged. It's
Joe,
it-
stop telling us to hydrate. I've only got so much water.
even the beeping, it looks like it's because there's some failing in it. I don't have water. I forgot to fill before this.
Fortunate.
Pretend.
Shame.
So yeah, like the slight blinking would be actually the word. The blinking light in it is because it is not functioning correctly, and it seems to be damaged. So you could maybe, if you wanted.
Well, I don't know what it does, so I don't want to fix it yet.
No,
Just
but
get
like
rid of it.
yeah, like
I
it-
could, but also
You also don't know what it does.
I also don't know what it does.
Yeah.
So,
What if it's like a pacemaker?
yeah,
Right? What if it's
Hold on.
actually beneficial?
I've lost my foot pulse.
So I'll just like tour guide, but like the least interactive tour guide. It's like, all right, where do you want to go?
Okay.
I'll lead you.
I need to ask
The
this.
panel.
S. You
Yeah.
doing this to the group you have been interacting with for the most part? So this
Yeah,
This-
I don't
this
offer
three-
this to anyone else.
Exclusive service.
okay. Yeah, because when you said I'm gonna be helping people find the rooms, I thought
Yeah, no.
there's a lot of people
No,
in this fucking
uh,
ship.
Specifically these three people.
Okay. Yeah, you begin walking out and just
Maybe
Y-
Megan.
there's the other officials around that are like looking at you like okay, where they're going, but also there's a part of like who are we to tell them anything? that kind of save us right now. There's a bit of the unspoken.
And like, I'm not wearing
Inspector?
any sort of like uniform or anything. I look like just a guy. Like, I'm just here.
No, but I look like a cowboy.
Space cowboy. We love it.
You begin making your way around the ship toward the.
It's hot. Make it for the
words.
fans on stream. It's hot.
I would lead Null and Kay, and then of course Mac is coming with us as bodyguard, to the area that has like the similar key card first. Just because it's like that in Ash's mind, it's like, similar key cards, same place.
Which one you go first, for Kasinkara or Nularius?
Let's just roll a die. For
Okay.
odds, it's going to be K. For evens, it'll be Null. And that's a 3. So we go to K first.
Okay. That will take you more toward the habitational area too. So like a weird in between of leading into this big habitational area where you were, that had all the like locals, shops, bar, things like that, and the area where people are, where will be all the rooms and staying areas, and some recreational areas too. You go there, and the hallways in this area are a bit less. Not that the other hallways were small, but this one are a bit more ample, giving you a bit more of air and the capacity to walk more freely in large groups of people. And you get to this section, and as you're walking toward, you begin seeing some signs saying, I forgot the word.
Counselor, therapy.
I think it's counselor. No, what's the name of it?
I need any hint. Any hint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can only play crossword if you give us a hint.
like the person that would give like counsel, a counselor.
That would be a counselor. Yeah.
counselor.
Yeah.
What would be the office or the area where a counselor would be?
Probably a.
What would be the word for that?
A life
Therapist
coach,
office?
like a life coach clinic area. I don't know.
Psychiatrist office.
A family planning center. I don't know.
Family planning is entirely different than what
So
Kay does.
different.
Kay is not a family planner.
Word association.
The only word I can think of is clinic, like some kind of advice clinic.
Psychiatric clinic.
You begin making your way, and do see that you're seeing signs that call like clinic and indicating a certain direction. And as you're getting more closer, you're also seeing that near, like a bit further into the hallway, there's a division where it says counselor in this sliding door. Elegant, simple but elegant looking, sci-fi and all. And further down, you even see the sign of the classical medical sign of the, what is it called? Rot of.
Caduceus staff.
Thank you, that is staff. And
I
and
was
you also
muted.
see over there, there's movement. Definitely there's movement there where there's people around. Living people, not undead.
Okay, I was about to be like pissed off.
I am so sorry. I'm gonna interrupt. I was muted, but the staff with the double snakes is called a caduceus, and I am so proud of knowing that fact. But I was muted when I said it.
Yeah.
Carry on.
And it's typically carried in depictions of Hermes, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Versus this one, which is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Love that.
This one has a different meaning to it, but they're both common in the medical symbols.
Very cool.
We do see like there's a different rooms in the same area. So like you figure that this is like the clinic area, and in your map you also see that clinic area. But this key seems more adept to this section, and it would be more. The symbol would be more of a very stylized, kind of minimalistic design of a hand being offered to another hand, like like a shake hand, but it gives the impression that it's like a hand helping another.
Okay.
And when you get there, Kay, can you roll me an intelligence? A roll, straight intelligence.
We're about to learn some stuff about Kay.
21.
You're approaching this door, and for a moment, you feel a slight dizziness. I was gonna say you close your eyes, but
But you don't have ways to do that.
You are a bug.
I actually research if bugs blink or has something like that.
Didn't we look something up about bugs last time we were here?
Yeah,
it
it was
bugs,
like-
breathe
yeah,
or something really weird.
Do bugs breathe? That was what it was.
Bugs do breathe.
Yeah.
Either way,
What?
you can't blink, but you have a moment where your senses give
Yeah,
you
do bugs
a
breathe air? It's doing my
Yeah.
thing.
you have a moment where your senses are that's by vibration sense that you have give you a weird aura of a memory, as for a moment you stop seeing the hallway, the messy hallway in front of you, and see this hallway more clean, more adequate. In front of you, in your hands, you have a like a pad, like a tablet, transparent kind of crystal, so you can see a bit of the things behind it, but mostly focusing on the words. And you're just checking right now. It seems like some sort of crew listing.
Okay.
You were paying attention to it when you hear a voice behind you. Dr. Kasinkara.
Yes? Wait. I'm gonna look around.
Do we all hear the voice?
This is in your memory, okay?
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Okay, I got confused.
Yeah,
I thought this was like real time. But no, it's in the memory, so
you.
okay.
I would say with that,
I'm so
and that meant-
confused.
I would say with that, as you turn around, you see again the messy hallway. And for a moment, you're out of that memory. You're like, that voice sounded familiar. But Captain. I can't remember the goddamn name. You only know it was the captain calling for you. In that moment, as you were heading into your office.
Guys, this is my office. I have an office?
What is it for? What sort of office?
Well, somebody
Looks-
called me a doctor, but I don't know what kind.
Don't doctors usually keep records?
Yeah. And I'm gonna go into my office.
You have the key card and press it into the vent where it would go. Beep. The light gets green in the console. The door begins to open, and halfway through it,
Can I force open the door?
strength check.
Cool.
I'll help.
Okay, a strength check with an extra +2.
And is this just like straight strength, or could I do athletics?
Uh,
I'm fine with either.
it's just strength, just director strength. It's not.
Cool. That makes that a 12. Thanks for the help.
You guys been trying to open it, but
I'm not the strongest. I have some
It-
points, but
in the attempt of this door to like close
I
again
break it
to
more.
open, you guys are getting like thrown a bit around,
All right.
and it takes a moment before the door finally opens after you guys struggling. you get the sense probably the door could have done it by itself after you guys did it, but you're like, no, we did it. You
No.
That's us.
keep
Yeah,
that
we
to
did it.
yourself.
High
I've
five,
seen it.
yeah.
Yeah, high five. I was just like, well, the elevator was before. It's open now.
Yeah, we opened it.
Thank you very much. It helped, I am sure.
I feel like she's patronizing us.
Like
I don't know how
so
to
out of
not. I don't know how to not make my voice sound like that. I'm sorry.
No, it's perfect. Never stop.
No,
Don't
it's great for
change.
K.
So
Please
perfect.
keep K monotone. I love it.
Yeah, probably it's just for the moment. Like you're still figuring out how to do anything, so it's like in their minds it's monotone.
It's gonna be like
Like
K
you
forever.
probably think you're inflecting and you're not, and it's perfect.
I love it.
So yeah, I'm gonna go into my office and look around. What do I find?
These are very. If it wasn't for the mess that is right now, you feel, and even as you enter, the memory or another memory comes again to you, seeing this place, giving you a feel of that feel when you walk into work and you're like, okay, I'm to do this thing.
Yeah.
Like, you feel that for a moment.
That's never how I feel going to work.
And you see a desk attached to the floor, so it's not flip, but the things in that were in it do seem scattered around. You see a shelf. This shelf doesn't have books itself. It is more of a. The best way I could describe it, it would be like a server shelf. You could go there and transfer information from there into your computer, or pass it into a tablet, or use a memory device to pass it on. So
Okay.
you could gather a lot of records that you needed there. There is a what would be like a very comfortable couch, just flipped to its side.
I'm gonna flip the couch back and then sit on it.
It's very comfortable couch, Mac. And while I continue describing Roman intelligence,
Me?
you, yeah,
Cool.
yeah, and you're looking around. You also find 2 physical printed hardcover books tossed around.
Would that prompt a memory for me? Because of one of the quirks for my character is that he prefers books to electronic copies.
Intelligence. Yeah, that's what you see in what you now recognize more as your office.
Okay.
Max intelligence is a dirty 20.
Got it.
I'm not
I'm
remembering shit.
How much
I
was
rolled a
it?
5 total.
Lol. Okay. Also, you see, okay, there's a door, and just because of the distribution of everything, you figure this door would lead to the actual clinic, to the actual, what would be the
Like a
medical
waiting
area.
room or a medical area. Okay, medical area.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Mac, you sit on the couch and you're like, oh, this is comfortable. You look to your right, and for a moment,
That's my left. That's
Yeah.
my right. This way. Got it. Okay. That's dyslexia getting me.
okay, you look to your right and begin to see this place as kind of it was also before, as if you had been here. And in a very very secure, very confident, but also calming voice, you hear a bit in your head, but also as if you were hearing the word saying. How you been doing? In the same tone of voice that Kay would have said. Along with that, you also hear, we got some reports from Secure about of you. Just wanted to make sure that things are feeling better after what happened, and that you won't try anything of that again.
I do.
You come back to the present. And for a moment,
Okay, what did I do?
you look toward your left arm and feel as if it wasn't there and it hurts. But you bring it up and you see the mechanical arm. And you're looking like, what the hell? And you like go to move your other hand to it, to touch it. They're not the same design.
Mac is very obviously distressed right now. Like holding up his hands, like, okay, I've been here before.
You have?
And it's freaking me out.
It shouldn't. This place is supposed to be good for people.
Yeah, I lost an arm at one point, and apparently I was brought here. I did something at some point. Security was called. I talked to you, apparently.
Interesting.
Perhaps with this reaction, maybe we move on to another place. You seem to be freaking out a lot.
I don't want to know what happened to my first arm.
It's possible we might be able to find information about other shipmates here. But I don't want just anybody to go through my records because that might be too much information. So I'm gonna
go do the records thing. I'm gonna sit here and contemplate what on earth I did to lose an arm.
Do I have a working computer on the desk or near the desk? Like a laptop that may have been knocked down or something like that?
You go to the desk and you see that integrated into the desk, there's a panel that you can lift up, and it seems like the screen of a computer, and the keyboard is attached into the same desk. You move it up and you see only in the screen, not enough power.
Oh. Well,
Would you have
maybe later.
Physical records?
There's 2 physical books.
I like books. How do I know that I like books?
What are the books?
I'm gonna go pick up a book.
Okay.
Is it like a fucking Psychology Today magazine or something?
Trashy Harlequin romance novel.
There's like 6 out-of-date magazines on the floor.
Yes.
You go and okay. Even or odd. Actually, if it's even, okay, I know what it will be. That's a natural 20. Okay.
Even.
You go to pick the book, and the title of it says the Pack World Community.
Okay.
You're like, okay, that's not very descriptive. And as you're going to begin flipping up, and there is a point in the intro, like a prologue saying like, this is a book of blah, 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 blah. It gives you an idea that this book talks about the overall efforts from the different races, both the struggles and the achievements they have had to integrate themselves into the community of the pack worlds.
Okay. Like I
And
was trying to understand other people for a while, apparently.
and as you're passing by, would Kay be the person that highlights things in books?
I'm gonna roll for it because I don't know.
Okay.
I've thought about this for my character.
I didn't think about this.
I've thought about whether or not Mac knows how to read.
It's
You don't need
amazing.
to know how to read for engineering, but yeah, Theta.
We're gonna go with yes.
Okay. You begin flipping, and it is marked in a way that it's like with a highlighter, so it's not going to be like pen ruining the pages. And you do see key ideas, keywords being pointed out about, well, the first chapter talking mainly about the overall situation of the back worlds, of like a quick history thing. And as you're reading it, you're like, the packed worlds, what? The name resonates a lot with you, heavily. And as you're reading, you're like, oh yeah, I come from there. I come from the pack worlds. Like, that's a system that I come from. And you like quickly move the pages, like as if you were looking for something. You don't know what, but you're looking for something. And you get to a chapter, Sheeran. And that clicks in you.
Guys, I think I know what race I'm supposed to be.
Are you like?
I thought your
Not-
race was bug.
Sure.
Are you supposed to be not Sheeran? As soon as you say that, because you're like, what race I'm supposed to be? Oh.
No, I did not know what I am called, except for
Oh.
my name, but like my peoples. I have a
Are
peoples.
you and the same race?
No, Null is Lashunta. I know that.
Although the resemblance is astounding.
Yeah. You're both bugs.
No.
No?
Kinda.
Is it the antenna?
Mac reads on like a fifth
Yeah.
grade level. He's got
Mac
like
is like
18 intelligence.
Mac
He's
is like
here, but not.
antenna equals bug.
No, like, and when Kay says antenna, they wiggle theirs, and then they just like, is it the antenna?
Yeah.
I am honored to be compared to such an outstanding individual. But I do believe we come from different backgrounds, which is not good or bad inherently, just interesting.
I'm gonna take this book with us. That way I can relearn what it has to teach.
We should probably get power back here too, so you can through those records.
Well,
That'll-
I know what
Might
the
actually
captain's voice
help.
sounds like if we run across someone that has that same voice pattern.
Well, getting those records might actually help find out who could be a danger to others or not.
I think that would require us fixing some of the damages first before we can divert power.
It's a suggestion.
Yeah, it's a good one. I will. I'll take any suggestions from people.
And we might be able to get more names.
That's also true.
Well,
I'm sure it's a violation somewhere of something, but I don't know what it is.
I'm not sure I care.
And HIPAA violation. We're just gonna go through my records,
Yeah.
guys.
I mean, if it's
The
just
anten- In the
power?
emptiness of space, no one can hear you breaking.
Breaking
Hennessy
breaking
HIPAA.
up.
In space, no one can hear the HIPAA violation.
Space HIPAA. Nobody cares at
Yeah.
this point.
I mean,
Nobody in space will nag at you for not citing correctly at APA.
I mean, like, theoretically speaking, we really
Just as long as it's MLA format.
don't, right? We really don't need to divert power, because, like, if I could function as, like, a separate monitor for your services, but you have asked for not.
You can do that. Can I do that?
Like, I'm just thinking of, like, pushing my Android build to the absolute max until Sakurai tells me no.
Even Mac is like, he fully understands that. Mac understands that S is the same thing that he is, but he just doesn't talk about it. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
if you can do that, can I do that?
I'm theoretically.
It's a whole new world of things have opened up for me.
Well, maybe we should go find the rooms and learn more about ourselves. And then
I guess next step is N.
Yeah, no, you've got two different keys. Do you want to investigate one before
Or-
the other?
Or K's second key if we get there first.
Yeah, K is in the habitational areas, which is nearby. But I've also got a room here, and he pulls out his key card. And I'd like to hit that last. I'm
We could probably just make one big circle.
that's my thoughts.
So what's closest?
S, you're the one with the map.
Yeah, that's. I was asking S, but I was also asking the DM because the
Yeah.
DM is going to answer for
Ask
S.
the DM through my character.
Yeah, S, you're the one with the map. Tell us where to go.
I speak through S.
As the S.
So because of that you guys chose to go first for K, and now you're checking on Knowles, you realize that on the way from the bridge to here, you pass through one of the places where Knoll, one of the places that had the. Sorry, you pass through one of the places that Knoll has key for, and that you identify that would be around the section designated for the habitational area for officers. And as you check in that, you're like, oh, and you're moving around to check where. Kay also has a bit of a key to a room that is a bit closer to the officers area, but not in there directly.
Okay.
And the other key for Knowles, it's all the way down toward the lower levels of the ship, toward the section of the science and arcane division. Oddly enough, it seems that this key could possibly open more than just access to that area, but you're not. At the moment, you're not sure where. You will need to maybe interface it.
So I revert back to my previous question. Of our four keys, which one of us has the closest room to where we are right now?
It would be divided between S room and Kasinkara's room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Said they want to go last.
Yeah, S just met you guys, and while you helped save the ship, he kind of wants his own space.
You could just lie to us and say that your room is further away.
Yeah.
No.
What you could do is just start walking.
Yeah,
Like,
S is just
You know-
S.
You
Yeah,
know
you're the
everything.
guide. We follow you.
Yeah. Going off of where Kay had been, like, where's closer, S just starts walking in the direction of Kay's second room.
Okay.
unless any of you are like, I'm suspicious about where it's going, I want to roll an insight or a sense motive. You do you. I'm not sure if you guys want to sense motive. I don't think so, but
Nah.
I trust S implicitly.
I saved your life. You should.
Yeah. You could lead me off the edge of a cliff and I'd follow.
All right, so we're going
Mac
to
is
Myron.
still wondering what
then.
happened to his arm that one time.
Yeah, Mac is in shock and just going where the group goes.
Yeah, he's just kind of staring at his arm. He's got like one hand on like the back of S's shirt just to make sure he's going the right way.
The
Yeah.
sensation of your arm has gone. It's no longer that pain, that weird sensation of it wasn't there for a moment.
Long ago it was changed. Really,
You-
it's just like,
Yeah, you don't know what happened.
curiosity at this point.
It's like pressing a bruise and then like just waiting for that pain to like sensation and then doing it again.
Have you ever seen like a dog stare at something as like it's trying to figure out what it is? That's what's happening. It's like a golden retriever staring at like a ball.
All right, I think I've got a plan on where I want to lead everybody
Okay.
on exploring rooms. But next stop would be Kay's personal room for the second key card.
I'm kind of looking forward to this one.
Okay.
There's
It's
freaking food art in there.
it's 10:56
forgot
though.
Yeah, no, that's why I said I have a plan. 'Cause
It's
like
10:56. We could probably do one more room, or we leave it for here.
I think if we leave it here and we pick up with just like more room exploration next time.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, I want to see. I want to like, and it gives people time to think about how their rooms would look beforehand, and then you can just like
no,
mess them up.
I already know.
I'm gonna send you.
I have
Like-
already asked a few people.
Yeah, I think I've talked to you a little bit about how
Have a room.
Eskim's room, but I'm gonna just. I'm gonna redo it just so that way you've got them notes.
You know, Amos doesn't have a key. Maybe he lost it somewhere. Maybe it's around somewhere.
Maybe this beepy ankle thing does it.
Who knows? We'll figure it out. But yeah.
Yeah. As the year has passed and our heroes, adventurers, main characters, main people of this story, are figuring out a bit of themselves, and kind of left the bridge crew to kind of figure out what the fuck to do.
Yeah, fix the ship.
That's where we're gonna leave tonight's story of Homeward. So thank you everybody that joined us for tonight for this story.
I understand.
And where I left it. Okay. Yeah. If you like what we're doing and would like to support us, please consider becoming a patron. Also, you can follow us on all social media. You can search for us as The Nerd Asylum on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok also. And you can also join the Discord. Yeah, we have a TikTok. I haven't checked it in a bit, but we have one. You can also join the Discord to hang out with the cast, with the people that are just roaming around there, talking, and you can share art, theories, memes, and different things that you might want to share with the nerdy Discord. And if you missed any of the show, any of the past episodes, you can find them on our YouTube, the same name, the Nerd Asylum. You can also find the recordings of our other shows, our other charity games, some of the podcasts we have done in the past, and you can also find all of that in our website. I'm not sure if any of you guys want to plug something. Don't think anybody has done anything else I want to plug, so
that's me. All right. So if you want to see more of what I do, head over to wildwitch.com. That's WILDEWITCH.com. And that has all the links for what I do, which is more actual play stuff. We've got 2 campaigns that are running currently, the Mortal Guardians and the Burning Veil, as well as we've got some stuff on DM's Guild, and all of our information is on that website.
Yeah.
Join us tomorrow for Spirit, our charity game for
Monster of the week.
Yeah, it's Monster of the Week. We had some stuff go down last week. So join us tomorrow to see how we do, cuz I don't think we're doing well, guys.
I have faith in you. I don't know what's going on, but I have faith in you.
I seen some. I missed I missed last episode, but from last time I checked, things were.
They got somebody
Rough.
killed.
Oh, that's
So
quite bad.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of the main characters or somebody else?
No, they got an NPC killed, but
Oh,
It's-
It's
Still,
just an
yeah.
NPC.
again?
it's
That's
Another one
already
killed?
happened in this game.
it's
Well,
just a
technically
thing.
Speaking, people have already died.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
technically speaking.
I left a man screaming for his cat. So,
I mean, there were other people dead too already, so
Yeah.
but
who's keeping track.
yeah, who's keeping?
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how
Either
this
way,
goes.
Do you want
thank
explore
you all
cats?
for joining and stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.
Dinner?
Bye.